City of Brass is a huge deal in Magic's history. One of the most influential designs, and there's a lot to talk about with this one. For starters, the card initially appeared in Arabian Nights, which was Magic's first expansion after Alpha and Beta. And it is a really brilliant exploration of the design space that's available with lands. If you go back to the first sets, Alpha and Beta, what lands appear? You have the basics, and then you have a cycle of dual lands at rare. So to go from that to the very next set, having a variety of lands that do not tap for mana at all, tap for colorless mana and have an ability, or, in the case of City of Brass, tap for all 5 colors, is a really brilliant expansion of the design space. And it's very hard to get there in the first expansion of a new game engine. And then there's the question of play pattern and incentives. City of Brass has some popular casual appeal. It also shows up in some competitive decks, but it errs towards combo decks. So what's my analysis there? I would say that it is really an issue of critical mass. I think a copy of City of Brass floating around in a format where there's some other 2 or maybe even 3 colored mana fixing, and City of Brass is sort of this catch-all, but it comes with a pretty significant drawback. That I like pretty well. How it often scales up in older formats is alongside all the other lands that enter the battlefield on tap and tap for all 5 colors of mana, you have really reliable mana for 5 color combo decks like Storm and Dredge. That's not so great, and it's not really City of Brass's fault. Additionally, normally I'm pretty, hesitant on drawback cards. I don't think they have a whole lot of charm, and they've been sort of over-indexed historically in tournament Magic. But City of Brass is really great, because for starters, it appeared in Arabian Nights, where half the cards deal 1 damage to every single turn. So it doesn't really stand out in the context of the set. And then additionally, because it was the first land that tapped for all 5 colors of mana, it's really easy to talk yourself into why that restriction is there. You are getting something so transparently above rate that taking a little bit of damage makes some sense. And I think that City of Brass actually is an easier sell for casual players than lands like Adakar, Waste, or even Hallowed Fountain, because the upside of it is so intense. City of Brass is really brilliant. The expansion of the design space of lands in Arabian Nights is huge in Magic's history. Every set has lands with the tap for colorless and have abilities, and that all started in Arabian Nights. Additionally, there is a lot of attractiveness for lands that tap for all 5 colors of mana, and City of Brass is attractive for both tournament and casual settings, in spite of having a drawback, which often dampens the appeal to a casual audience. Great 5-color land, part of a very influential set of designs in Arabian Nights, and something that has stood the test of time. Still shows up in Commander, still shows up in Tournament Magic, and I believe that City of Brass will have a place in the game's history for as long as it keeps going.